Okay, it's official. I have given up on humanity, and I'll tell you why. The story this morning. Apparently, these anti-vaxxers, the people that think vaccinations cause autism, now they're not vaccinating their pets because they're fearful that their dog will get autism if they immunise their pets. So I don't know what to say to this. So I'm just going to play the clip, and you can judge for yourself.
Now, a bizarre story out this morning. Vets have noticed a rise in the number of pet owners refusing to get their dogs vaccinated because they fear their pets could suffer autism. Tom, this is really jumping the shark here from the anti-vaxxers.
Oh, this is crazy.
Or the dog.
I mean, I mean, just leave it to the experts, surely. I just find this really bizarre. And look, we've seen it on a much more serious note with children, etc., and the issues we've had with anti-vaxxers and their thoughts on that. But with pets now too, I mean, goodness gracious me. People will believe anything if they see it on YouTube, Instagram, social media, etc. It's just absolutely nuts.
Okay, so one of my friends on Facebook, she was an anti-vaxxer. I'm not going to name her, not going to name and shame, but I used to just laugh at her posts. And I brought up the theory that I thought the rise in autism was caused because mums are having babies older in the Western world. It's not uncommon for women in their late 30s, 40s. Meghan Markle, she's 37, I believe. And so I didn't do any research. That was just off the top of my head, just a theory. And so I thought I'd do some research, and I'll show you on my browser. I came up with a web page. And there's a study in there we go, the link between parental age and autism explained. Older men and women are more likely than young ones to have a child with autism, according to multiple studies published in the past decade, especially when it comes to fathers. See, I didn't realise that. I know there's some studies going on that older fathers produce offspring with more defects, if you'd like to say, but more sort of complicated births and so forth. So here we go. Link between a mother's age and autism is more complex. Women seem to be an increased risk, both when they're much older and much younger than average, which is quite surprising too. Much younger. I wonder what sort of age range they're talking about. Much younger, and what the average would be. I think the average is about 30. So they sort of thinking maybe 18-year-olds, 20-year-olds. I'm not too sure. So they did a study of 132,000 Israeli adolescents. Showed that men in their 30s are 1.6 times as likely to have a child with autism as men under 30. Men in their 40s have a 6-fold increase in risk. Wow. So I think this is a real reason why there's a huge increase in autism around the world. We're just having kids at the wrong age. And there we go. So I'll probably ruffle a few feathers with this, but these are the facts. And it's just stupid, isn't it? That let's go back to that little doggy. It's got a nice little... Oh, look at that poor little bugger. He's... Actually, he does look like he's got autism, doesn't he? Oh, poor little thing. They must have vaccinated him and now he's got autism. So it's just crazy, isn't it? What's your thoughts? Leave your comments below. But I just couldn't go past the story without commenting on it because it's one of my pet subjects. The whole autism debate and anti-vaxxers. We're seeing a big increase in things like polio that were totally eliminated in the 20th century, and it's coming back now because people aren't vaccinating properly. The numbers, it's just so frustrating. It's one of my pet subjects. As I said, I just I tend to pull out the meme, the Tropic Thunder meme. Never go full retard. I tend to use that one quite a bit for the anti-vaxxers because they're just crazy. They're just crazy. They don't believe in logic. It's just just spreads around some sort of link where someone's done a study somewhere and it's just not peer reviewed, it's not scientific, and everyone just gets on the bandwagon and believes it, which is quite stupid, really, isn't it? So this is a proper study here. Yeah, I'm sure there's many others, but it was just a hunch. I sort of thought it'd be related to the fact that we're having children a lot later in life. So it talks about. I'll leave the link in the description. This is quite a good article. This I didn't read through the whole lot, but it was just enough. The first couple of paragraphs to confirm my hunch that it was the parents' age that is causing the problem, not anything to do with vaccinations and some government conspiracy that they're putting things in the vaccinations and so forth that are causing autism. Now, I'm a great conspiracy theorist. Don't get me wrong. I like a good conspiracy, but not when it comes to this. Yeah, I'll put a tinfoil hat on one day and I'll tell you all about my conspiracy theories, but this isn't one of them. This is, you know, when you think of it, when you're trying to find out something scientifically, you need to reduce what they call the degrees of freedom. And when it comes to medical things, it's very hard to prove because there's lots of factors that come into account, and yeah, it's very hard to narrow down on what's actually causing something. So very interesting though. But there we go. My hunch was right. Parental age. There's a big link between parental age and autism. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Leave your comments below, and I'll try and do more of these videos because I've got a bit of a scientific background. I like to analyse things scientifically. I like to dismiss things that are just dubious and challenge people. So all you anti-vaxxers, get stuck into me below. I'll have a good laugh at all the things that you're going to try and point out, but I stick by my guns. It's more to do with the parental age, as shown here, because it's been widely accepted that older women, they just produce kids with more issues, more risks. They're even talking about it with Meghan Markle because she's 37. They call it a geriatric pregnancy. I don't like that word, but that's the medical term for it. That when you're older, and yeah, hopefully, fingers crossed, the baby turns out fine. But there are a lot more risks because she's having a baby older. So hopefully, little baby Sussex will turn out just fine. And fingers crossed, we'll pray for little baby Sussex if you're religious. And hopefully, little baby Sussex is going to turn out just fine. But yeah, the risks are definitely there. So, alright, so we'll leave it there. Leave your comments below. Wasn't really much raw news today. They had a segment on Prince Andrew and Fergie maybe getting back together, but that's all speculation. I wasn't even going to do a video on that. We'll see. If they get back together, I'll do a video on it. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.